Good morning, everyone. It is day 39 on the Best Start Guide, and today I wanted to get through Spirit Keep all the way to the Force Keep mission for tomorrow, since Force Keep opens tomorrow, I think. Yep, Friday, Force Keep. Today is Spirit Keep. I already did all of the Spirit Keeps, basically right at the reset. I was in a hurry. I got through those because I realized there'd be a lot to get through. So I got through those. I got through Dragon. And now we've got just a butt ton of arena to do. So we're going to do that. Today is going to be an arena day. So we have a pretty good team for speed farming arena. I'm just going to look for the teams that look like the easiest to knock over. We got to get out 75 opponents. So let's get started. Aside from that, I don't think there's that much else to show for today. I got 2 5-star chickens so far. In fact, let's interrupt this regularly scheduled arena thrashing to go over the stuff. I also want to make sure we get through all of this every day. I think I haven't been mentioning that on the last couple of episodes, but basically, whenever I see stuff like that, I just make sure I get it. The best way is just to highlight helmets. I'll often take anything with the substat of speed. If it's equipped on somebody, it's even better. And if it's speed, even better. And roll it up to 8. Yep, this is the best one. So let's just see what we get. So 6 speed on a helmet. Really nothing special by end game standards, but still pretty good by early game standards, I'd say. We can collect this stuff and this stuff. If we go to the tavern, excuse me, if we go to the tavern, we can see just how many chickens we have for Zenobia Blade Master, or Xenogears Blade Master. Let's just call her Xeno because I'm obviously going to get it wrong from now on. It's like I've actually trained myself to get her name wrong. Um, so yeah, 2 of these, which means we need to get 3 more. It takes an awful long time to do this, and it doesn't help that I've kind of given a double duty because really it's not just enough to get her to 5 stars or to 6 stars. Eh, I also want to get her 6-star mastery. So she's got to be 6 stars to get the mastery. And then once she's 6 stars, I want to get her this one, Giant Slayer. And really, those are the 2 requirements to get a greatly increased amount of damage on Clan Boss. Do I dare grab this? Yes, I do. Oh, it's energy. Of course it is. Well, we'll check in. I really ought to just stop doing that, shouldn't I? It's just about any time that I don't want it to be energy, that's exactly what it is. I could have waited. I This game, like, it just makes you impatient. It makes you want to click on things to make things happen. And that's not always the right thing to do. So I'm going to I mean, we have a clan boss fight to get through as well, don't we? Demon Lord Key's full. That means I missed one yesterday. But let's see. What did we get from Brutal? Nothing. What did we get from Hard? I decided even though I'm only getting 1 key from or 1 treasure chest from Brutal, it's still better. And I'd say the reason is if you look at the chests, the minimum chest is the night chest. You only get 2 random items from it, but those random items can include a void shard and an epic book, as well as this shard, this book. But if we just did easy instead, we get 2 chances at something. But even the best chest is just maybe one of these, maybe one of these. And I figure it's probably worth it to try for this. Of course, if you can get to the max chest, I think it's even... Wow. Yeah, I think it's even if we could push to the Guardian chest. We'd get 3 chances at a pull from this pool of items instead of 2. So maybe we only need to reach for Guardian Chest. We're almost there now. I think we could probably get about 6 million. And in fact, let's just run Brutal as it is now and see what number pops out. We'll definitely be able to get there once we have Xeno all the way up to 6 stars, Wither Mastery. But yeah, a number of exacerbating factors. One, I am farming masteries for basically everybody on this team at the same time. And whenever you get a set of scrolls from the Minotaur, it lands randomly, right? So sometimes it lands on Jamarsa, sometimes it lands on Tagor, sometimes it lands on Xeno, and it's still sometimes landing on Monkey King. So that's what I'm doing during the off time. I'm basically just farming the masteries. By my calculation, it's probably still approximately 500 more runs. We need more food for Xeno. But at least we have those missions to do. And maybe that's why there's so many missions. So, I mean, Polarium might have got the sense that there's just not enough going on at the 1 month mark. So we needed that, because without that, there's kind of nothing in this game. It's a big wasteland of grinding. There's way too much grinding for Polarium. Guys, buddies, friends, listen. This stage in the game sucks for new players. New players come in and by about the... well, it's day 39, right? But by about the 1 month mark, things really start to sag. There's just really very little for players to do other than just grind stuff out. And there's more fun things to do. If anyone who's been playing this game spends any time playing anything other than this, which is not all the time for me, sometimes I only find time for raid, and this is not the most engaging game that you could play. Literally anything is more engaging than this. I remember back in the NES days, like I'll watch YouTube videos. This is how sad my life is now in terms of gaming. This is my gaming life. I'll be grinding out stuff in Raid Shadow Legends on this new account, or even on my main account on my phone, and I'll be simultaneously watching YouTube videos about people speedrunning NES games or Super NES games from my childhood. I'm a Generation Xer. I don't know what I don't know the demographics of my audience. I don't even know if that I'd be able to tell this from the demographics schematic thing that I have access to. I don't really look at that stuff, so I don't, for instance, know what's the best time of day to post my videos. I don't know what's the best thing to title my videos. I obviously, you already know this. If you're watching my videos, you know I don't do thumbnails yet. I'd really like to get on top of doing thumbnails. I think they're handy. But honestly, I do actually select the screenshot now. So when I go through the video, I try to pick the exact right moment in the video. The exact right moment, like it could be this one, where I do an exact one. And then I can make that the thumbnail. But anyway, I don't go through the demographics data, so this is my roundabout way of asking, like, if you feel like giving any personal information about yourselves, like, just, are you a Gen Xer? Are you a Millennial? Are you Gen Z? Are you maybe one of those rare Gen Alphas who somehow unfortunately got sucked into Raid Shadow Legends? If you are, feel free to comment. And of course, you might be a boomer. My first, well, not my first clan, but my first really good clan was almost entirely boomers. And they're still together as a clan. Every now and again, I'll drop in on the chat, and they're all still there, and they're all boomers. It's amusing to me, because when I was a kid, and the boomers were my age, or let's face it, the boomers would have been younger than my current age at this point. Time gets away on you, right? But a lot of them weren't gamers. I got my mom playing Qbert on the Atari when I was a little kid, and it was very amusing for me because I'd never heard my mom swear like that at something so innocuous. I mean, she'd swear at me and scream at me, and that was like a different issue that caused other needs for therapy. But you know, I can't rag on my mom too much. Our relationship's good now, so there's that. But what's my point? Because she found Cubert incredibly frustrating, and Cubert's one of those games where you grind the game of Cubert, right? It's the same. It's like the ugliest part of gaming, and that seems to be what keeps us coming back. It's like we like the abuse. I don't know. Anyway, um, that's that's neither here nor there. We're doing the clan boss fight. We're at 6 million. I think this is, yeah, this is not gonna get the level 2 chest, but this is gonna get the level 1 chest. So we're close. Basically, I mean, 2 keys easily gets us the Guardian chest, but if I max out Xeno, I could even go for the Master chest, although it looks like the Master chest is really 3 random items from here versus 3 random items from here. It's almost the same. It's just a slightly better quality of gear, but even then, you're still not getting the best gear, so who cares about the gear? I want this baby right here. I want the Void Shard. Anyway, let's do some arena. Is there anything else to look at here? I wanted to talk about the food. Let's highlight a 4-star, like, say, Armiger. So here are the other 3 4-stars that I want to level up. And I've got enough food to get halfway there for one of them, which means I've got exactly half of the food to feed all of the 5s up to this point. I made 10 4s. Or I guess I made 25 in total. So you make 25 4s, you fully level 5 of them, and then you take the other 20 of them and you feed them to these ones. That takes a long time. And I'm not there yet. So we've got 4 out of 75. And I could insist on staying here until I do it. We could just go. But yeah, I'm a Gen Xer. My first experience with video games was an Atari 2600, which came out in 83, but I didn't get it until about 86, maybe 87. I think it was 1987, come to think of it. And it was one of those awkward things for me in video gaming. And now we're in gold, where the fights get a lot harder. But you know what? Not a big deal. We just go in and fight something, and if we lose, we'll just get knocked back into silver, and then we can keep going. Um, so yeah, the Atari 2600. The games for the Atari 2600 were basically like your typical arcade game, but with far worse graphics. And that was the home experience for any kid that owned an Atari 2600. And my best friend at the time, whose name was also Gavin, um, I'd go over to Gavin's house and I'd play Nintendo. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was completely amazing. His family had a lot of money and a lot of kids. His dad was an important army man. I'll just leave it at that. He was an important military guy, and they just had a ton of kids, and they had like everything imaginable. They wound up with a laserdisc system. Nice. It got knocked back into silver. The game doesn't want to scroll right now. Okay. So how about we try this Frankenstein monster team? Anyway, they had like everything imaginable. Um, so Gavin and I would Sometimes we'd sneak onto the computer and play like the more adult-oriented games, like a game called Leisure Suit Larry, which was a completely hilarious game. But they'd force you to answer trivia questions that only boomers would know. So we kind of had to guess because at least it was multiple choice. So eventually we'd get into the game, and then we could have our main character try to have sex with prostitutes. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube, or is this video going to get censored? You know what? I don't care because I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter. I often hear YouTubers, they worry about getting demonetized. I'm not monetized. I don't care. I'm not in this for the money. Why am I in this? That's a good question, and I'm glad you asked it. Even though you probably didn't, I'm the one that asked it. Why am I in this? I don't know. It amuses me because I'm addicted to Raid Shadow Legends. That's why. Okay. All right. Anyway, I also have a lot of fond memories of playing the Goonies 2 on NES. We'd go over to Gavin's house and we'd play the Goonies 2 all day. And there was so much to do in that game. It was like its own little world. And I mean, like, if you're too young to have heard of the Goonies 2 for the NES, I'd say it's still worth playing today. Get yourself a NES emulator, get yourself a Goonies 2 ROM, and try it out. I still actually have. I eventually did acquire the Goonies 2, the cart for an NES. I don't know if they still work though, because they've been collecting dust for like 30 years now. But that game is so much better than it has any business being. It has. You know what? I'd like to make a video about it on a different channel. I mean, here I am talking about video games I'd rather be playing than this one. That's not a good sign, is it? Right? It's not a good sign, Plarium. Plarium, if you're watching this video, hello. But also, you need to give your new players more chickens. I think I understand the psychology that you're trying to train in your players. You're basically trying to get your players into this psychology that we're gonna buy chickens because it's really the best way of getting them. Um, but if the only avenue forward is to pay money to get stuff, I think that's going to sour most players. You'll lose most of them, but maybe your goal is to keep only the most insane players. And let's face it, you have to be, let's say there's a scale of 10, right? You're 10 out of 10 crazy. You're bonkers, smearing your own feces on the walls, singing "Hey Nonny Nonny" while sinking into quicksand. That's like level 10 crazy. Maybe that's even level 11 crazy. We can say this amp goes up to 11. Um, and you got to be at least a level. I'd say you got to be at least a level 6 crazy to want to play Raid Shadow Legends. Just given all of the stuff in it. There's stuff to like in Raid Shadow Legends. I mean, I don't want to be too negative about the game because there are things I like. It's why I keep coming back to it. But there are also things that pull me away from it. And this is doubly true when I am playing this game in the early game. This is day 39 where I should be excited about grinding towards month 2, the month 2 champion. But the problem with the month 2 champion, whose name I'm forgetting, what is it? Yaga the Insatiable? Yaga the Insatiable is worse than Kale, and I started with Kale, and that's kind of a silly thing. It's maybe something you could be giving somebody who didn't start with Kale and who didn't get lucky enough to get a better poisoner than Kale. Um, but I'd say, you know what? You know what, Plarium? You know what? Hang on, I want to see which token I want to use first, but also we'll just quickly go to the yeah, we will use this one first. But if we go to the index, or we'll go to the daily login rewards. So we got Yaga the Insatiable. He's got attacks one enemy, damage increases by 25% if they're under poison. 25% is just not significant. Like Yaga the Insatiable, if you gave him a buff, that would probably fix a lot of the trouble with at least this guy being the month 1 reward or the month 2 reward. I do apologize that I keep misspeaking. Um, his aura could be cranked up, but honestly, the aura is probably not the point. Um, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing the big poison. I mean, if you look at the Frozen Banshee, she's undead. If you look at Frozen Banshee, she's she's an even better poisoner than Kale. She's a significantly better poisoner than Yaga the Insatiable because she's got this. She's got the poison sensitivity. Yaga the Insatiable should also have poison sensitivity. Like if you're gonna make him a poison champion, give him poison sensitivity. This move often people don't use it, but it is actually kind of neat. But it's not the point. She's got 2 big poisons that she places with her A1. You fully book it, she places it every time. It's 80% even if she's not booked, which means even unbooked, she's great. Booked, she's even better. In fact, you at least want to book this if you get Frozen Banshee. This is a champion I'm actually really hoping for at some point. Come to think of it, if at any point I decide to pull my ancient shards, I'm kind of waiting for a better deal right now. Like I'm waiting for a 2x. But ooh, Ultimate Death Knight's in the mix. Ultimate Death Knight's good. King Galkabar is also extremely good. These other two, they're also good, but they're not as good as these two. And you can even get Dudan, eh? Cool. Anyway, next time I pull for rares, I'm probably going to be hoping for Frozen Banshee just because of how good she is. And this, I guess, Plarium, if you're still here, if you were ever here, the point that I'm trying to make, if we just go back to this, he's a Skinwalker, right? If we just go back to Yaga the Insatiable, his A1, instead of it being a 40% chance of placing the big poison, it should be more like he places a big poison and has a 40% chance of placing a second poison. I think that would do it. That's still kind of comparable to what Frozen Banshee can do, and Frozen Banshee's a rare. And I am not saying nerf the rare. Frozen Banshee's awesome. People love Frozen Banshee. Do not touch Frozen Banshee. She's perfect. But Yaga the Insatiable he just needs to be buffed a little bit. I think this move, each hit has a 50% chance and it can book up to a 75. I'd say make it each hit is a 75, book up to 100, and make it a triple hitter or a quadruple hitter. In fact, make it a quadruple hitter. This move should be a quadruple hitter, 75% chance of placing a big poison, and it fully booked. It's basically 4 big poisons because this is still on a 4-turn cooldown after that. So that averages out to 1 big poison per turn. And Frozen Banshee still gets 2 with her A1. So this is what I'm talking about. Even if you cranked him up to 11, he still kind of sucks. Anyway, how are we doing for the missions? We got 27? Okay. So we'll use the tokens anyway. I'm just going to play the arena until we run out of tokens. Then I don't know. I mean, we could dip into the gem supply to do more. This is part of why I hold on to gems. I apologize for the slowness of the game as well. I'm not really sure why it's like this. Anyway, at least the game's still running. Of course, every time I take a single, I have a much better chance of winning, but I'm not beating as many opponents in the arena, so that's the downside to it. So maybe, I mean, I got to take a full team now anyway. Let's try... Oh, we could try the UDK team, why not? Normally I avoid UDK, but this one, this at least isn't a fully ascended UDK. Do We do have to worry about Elhain. Maybe I'll just target her first. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. Squirtle. So what's the next one? I guess it's the top one at 74k. Anyway, if we lose, we lose. We get knocked back into silver, and then hopefully we get easier opponents. So we got to get through this. Then I think I have to farm another dungeon. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it's Fire Knight. Ouch. All right, we got her. Of course, every time we win, it means we now have to deal with a harder team. Come on, game. So I'm expecting... Korinar is one of those champions that I really worry about when I see him in the arena, because he can just completely provoke everybody with his counterattack, and that can make stuff really hard. He's HP based. It looks like he's regenerating 10k health every time he gets around, so that's no good. We were never going to win this fight. Is there any fight that looks like we can win it? Nah. Let's just get our ass kicked here again. That's probably lagging because the game has been running a while and I got some memory leaks. Anyway, we got to clear our way to the Force Keep as soon as possible. We want to get all the masteries from Minnow. We want to get ZBM to 6 stars. I mean, that's basically it. I think that's the point. We could stick around and do more arena fights. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to push until I'm out of arena fights, see if I make it through them. And if I run out of arena fights, I'll probably just stop and let them recharge. I think I can get more arena tokens from a login bonus, come to think of it. And we're still in gold 1. Youch, youch, youch. Yeah, let's try this one. Slowly loading. Loading. Oh. Come on, game. You can do it. So we'll do 10 more arena fights. And then we will see what's next. If we can't get to the Fire Knight thing today, then we can't get to the other. So let's make sure we're at least taking out 4 opponents at once. Let's take this Nergante Archer team. Nergigante. I don't know her name. Is she gonna be guaranteed also, Larium? She probably is, eh? We've done it with the other 4. It's actually pretty effective. You're making these crazy events that we want to complete. Actually, we better target Pytheon first, otherwise this fight will not end. I was distracted by Nergigante Archer. I didn't realize this was a Pytheon fight. Oh, that's no good. Let's try this team. And we'll target Kale first. I think he's the key. We got to get through 75 fights. That could take a while. I'd probably have to dip into the gems to make sure that happens today, if I'm in a big hurry. I don't know if I'm in a big hurry. In fact, you guys could let me know in the comments if I'm in a big hurry or not, because I think maybe I'm not. I mean, we just be lining up to do the next mission again. And we are going to get to a point where there's a mission that is maybe a little too hard. First playthrough, the mission that gated me for a good couple of months was Spider. I just never really got the right champions to push through Spider. Had to get to Spider, I don't know if it was Spider 17 or Spider 20. But I was just not able to get beyond a certain point of Spider. And we're back in gold again. This team. Can we take that team? And get some more gold medals? Make sure you take out Kale first. Not bad, guys. We could try this team as well. And again, we'll focus on Kale. He's the one that worries me the most. Okay, now this is the guy that worries me the most. Oh, neat. No problem. Who else? How about this team? This team has Gorgorab on it. Gorgorab is such a good epic. Make sure he goes down first. Otherwise, he'll just revive the party. Nice. Any other obvious ones? I don't know. So how are we doing on the mission? That's not the mission. So here we go. Oh, 61. That's not bad. So we only got 14 to go. And I do have one refill here. So I'll collect that. And in fact, that's another bit of the Forge Pass done. We want to up Force Champions in Campaign Battle as well. So we want to not forget about that. So let's say we do Brimstone Path, Stage 3. This'll actually organically do it. So when we come back for farming, that'll just kind of happen. I guess I haven't done any campaign farming today. Nope, I have not. But we'll get on that after. Nope, we're going to get on it right now. Campaign farming. Go. We're going to do 7 of these. I'm going to do a manual so that I can keep the auto battles for other stuff. Because basically once I stop recording this video, I want to switch to... I actually want to make another video right after this about what I plan to do with my main account. I am going after Fatalis Blademaster on my main account. I've decided. I haven't pulled any shards yet, and it came to my attention that it is in fact possible for me to complete the entire what is it, a deck of fates? The entire 40,000 points that I need just with farming. If I farm Spider 10, hard Spider 10 for 10 hours, I think I can do it. So I just want to leave that running on auto on my PC the whole time. And I can run 2 accounts at once. So I can still farm on this account. I could even just farm campaign on this account, come to think of it. Run out of the auto battles really quickly and just log out. Because I think running multiple accounts at once is hard on my poor Lappy. My tower PC might be better able to handle that kind of thing, but I am a horrible procrastinator and I still have not made the transition to the tower PC from this, so I'm still using my Lappy to do everything. I'll get to it. I promise. So, I wasn't keeping count, but I don't need to, because I know that when all of my champions reach level 17, that's 7 auto battles, or 7 regular battles. 7 battles where I'm doing the battle and I'm not really paying attention. But when they reach level 17, that's going to be the 7 campaign runs we need. I think it makes me sad that I just sort of know that. So 14, 15. And this is a reasonably fast campaign farm now. I'd like to crank up Kale's crit damage just a little more, so that when he does his quadruple shot, he wipes out everyone, so that wave 2 doesn't take so long. But basically, wave 1 and 3 are practically instantaneous. So right now it's 18 seconds. Fastest I've done any campaign level has been 7. But that's not 12-3. That was 4-3, which is still pretty good on experience. It's probably still about 80% of the experience you can get from 12-3, or maybe 75% of the experience. Some reasonably high amount of the experience. Anyway, that's level 17. We completed all the forge objectives. We've completed this daily objective. Summon 3 champions. You know what? It's been a while since I summoned a sheet of champions. Let's summon 2 sheets right now. Here we go. I want to see if we get a really nice rare. Oh, I forgot to get the hat. Whoops. Anyway, no rares. I think I pulled a rare the other day, actually, that looks kind of neat. Also want to check the Altar of Souls. Do we have a Kale Soul? Or anything? Not really. So the other day I pulled, it's a demon, and it is this guy, this Helicath looking mofo. I love the look of him, and even his kit kind of looks like you could use it to do some real mischief in the arena. Swaps HP with an enemy, then grants an extra turn, then immediately come to this. Attacks one enemy, 50% chance of stealing all buffs before attacking. I mean, that's really cool. And then, of course, you can just come in with your attack. But this is neat, you know? You could put him in a Swift Parry. I don't have a Swift Parry suit yet, but I could probably make one. Because I do have enough resources. So it's something to consider. I could train him up. Then I could build him a Swift Parry set. We've got exactly 1 5 or 6 star piece, and then I could build 11 4 or 5 star pieces. And he might be good in the arena. I don't know. He looks intriguing and everything, but of course we got bigger priorities. We gotta get on top of Xeno. We gotta get her maxed out. So I think I was hoping that by the end of the week I could have her maxed out, but honestly, we need the masteries as well. And if I go to the we go to our champions for a moment. Masteries, Sun Wukong is at 99 scrolls, 299 if you count the one that I already placed. But basically, we need the 350 scrolls needed for this to get Helm Smasher. Then his damage is really going to shine. I've already swapped out his gear, for better or for worse. I put him in 4 pieces of Savage and some accuracy as well. A nice accuracy piece. You like it when it's congruent, when you have an accuracy chest that has accuracy as the main stat. I didn't have any substats on the helmet, unfortunately. But now he's got 80% crit rate. Crit damage isn't stellar, but I think I had to use a crit rate gauntlet. Yeah, just to get him anywhere near 100. But he can smack pretty damn hard in the arena now, particularly with the Blessing giving the plus 500. When they change up the stats on the Blessings, come to think of it, which they hasn't kicked in yet, but with the new stats, I think level 2 is still attack for all Blessings, so that should be good for Sun Wukong on this account. That's probably about it. It occurred to me there was a blessing for War Maiden, and I didn't go for it. or there was a stone for War Maiden, and I just kind of, I saw it, I was like, ah, should I get it? And then I didn't, and now it's gone. I apologize how sad of a story that is, people. Anyway, let's go back to the arena. We still got 5 minutes before any kind of reset. I am not patient enough to wait for that, so let's just go in. I suppose normally if I could casually do this all day instead of having the pressure of needing to make a video, needing to fill the dead air, needing to make sure something is really happening. Oh, look at that. We got a time limit on this video anyway. How long have we been recording? About 40 minutes? Well, I was going to try not to run more than an hour anyway, so one way or another, this video is going to be over in the next half hour. So let's see if we can get knocked out of gold. Or if we can win. I mean, one or the other. I would take one or the other. Here, let's try this team. This team is super double-edged. They got a Hefrack on their team. So that means if they kill me, they kill me. But if I kill one of their people, they will then kill me. Hefrack is a very, very awesome champion. And very terrifying to have to go up against. And down we go. And you can see why. And we're still in gold 1. Why are we not losing points fast enough? Here, let's go up against a team that's really going to kick our ass. I mean, this team's got it all. They got a Mithrala. They got a Brogni. They got a Mountain King. Mountain King hits like an absolute mammoth. I have never got a Mountain King in all my time playing this game. And it looks like he'd be such a fun champion to have. You can put him in a shield set or a bolster set. Have him be protecting the whole party passively. And still coming in and hitting super duper hard. Of course, even more than a Mountain King, the other one I really want is Mortu Macabre. You can also build him super duper tough. And when he kills things, they just stay dead. And we're still in gold. This is kind of annoying. Oh, come on, game. Come on. You know, and you know what part of it is? I realize the lower down you go, the fewer points you have to lose and the more points you have to gain, usually. You can actually see that in the little tally. So the best way to drop rank is actually to fight the guys at the top rather than at the bottom. So, brain fart. Sorry, everybody. That would have been a better way to get this done. So basically, once I'm back in silver, I guess the point is we should try fighting closer to the bottom. See if we can get them. I don't know, these teams all look pretty difficult. I mean, maybe the one at the top, maybe we can fight this team. I'm out of water. Maybe that's a sign that I should wrap up this video. But we're so close to getting the amount of wins we need. What was it, 61? Just need to make sure we take out... Alright, let's see if we can take out Harima first. She does kind of worry me. I don't think we're going to make it. It's going to be close either way. Maybe we are going to make it. Alright, we took out Harima. Warren-Giri is a very interesting champion. I mean, you may have noticed he continued to gain health throughout that entire thing because that's the way he works. He gets health whenever an enemy dies or whenever you die. Enemy or ally. So we look at the missions. We're at 66 out of 75. We just need 9 more to defeat 9 more opponents in the arena. And oh, screw it. Here, do a refresh. Almost never like to do those refreshes, but I want to get through this. So let's see. Can we do this one? I think we can if we make sure to target Kale first. He's the only 60 on the team. Wow, 40,000 damage with that attack. Nice. So 66, that'd get us to 70 even, right? So we're at 70. So we need to defeat one more team of 4, and we can probably pick on this single apothecary. Hopefully we can take out this apothecary and it's not one that's like lightning fast and constantly healing himself, because you do sometimes see that. But we're also pretty fast too, and we're bringing the damage. The big damage. So we just need one more team of 4. I'm going to look for who looks like the best to take out. These guys have a pretty low power. They're still all 60s though, and they look like they could be pretty dangerous. I think this team looks like it's maybe within reach. Maybe. And maybe not, because they do have a Stealthist Dragonbane. That guy, I mean, first of all, my War Maiden is not going to be able to debuff Stealthist. And he's increasing defense on himself, so yeah, this is going to get very ugly. He maybe is beatable if I had the wherewithal to target him with Sun Wukong, because Sun Wukong can now ignore almost all of his defense. But anyway, we're going to keep going until we get another victory. Just one more victory against the team of 4. That's all we need. And we got it. So we've completed the mission. We now have to equip 2 champions with all level 16 artifacts. And I did see this coming, but how are we doing for silver? So maybe I think the closest is going to be Xeno. So we got a 16, 16. We get this one to 16. And come to think of it, we won a tournament. I wonder if I'd rather swap in some of that gear, because we did get some relentless stuff from that tournament. It's no longer new now, and this is kind of a mess. But we can look for, let's say crit rate. We got enough crit rate now. I could even look for crit damage. Or maybe just high in both. What is highest in both? So we got a helmet here. That has less crit rate, more crit damage, more speed. I kind of like this piece. And it's not on anybody right now. It's not like our crit rate has to be 100 or something happens. I'd still like it to be as close to 100 as possible, but I think I'm okay with sacrificing a little bit of it just to get a better helmet. What about the shields? This has crit rate on it. So what if we roll this up to 8? And we got the double crit rate. That is very cool. So this is Better crit rate again. A little bit worse speed. I think I'm still prepared to go for it though. And I don't know if we have speed boots yet. I don't think that we do. If we look at the primary speed, oh, we do have one, but Apothecary took it. And really, I think he needs to keep it. So we do have some crit rate on this. It's a little bit worse on speed. It's a big dip in attack, though. I don't want to make that trade. What about the weapon? I think these 6-star pieces are what I got from the arena tournament. We placed first in the arena tournament. That was pretty cool. I wanted to share it with you guys, and then the screen went away, so I had to collect the stuff. I mean, this is a lot more speed at the expense of a lot of crit rate. I don't love how much crit rate we have to sacrifice, but it occurs to me, if we roll this up to 16, that's going to be more crit rate again. What other crit rate pieces do we have, come to think of it? We don't have anything. Yeah, other than that, in accuracy. And really, I probably want to stick with that. I suppose I could take these from Armiger. I do like those numbers. I don't want her accuracy to go too low. But then again, we could get her a banner so that her accuracy is still good. That is a very good piece. Do we have speed from Cruel as well? Because it'd be nice if we could get a good set going. This is less good. I don't know. Let's just equip what we got for now. And I'll roll up the weapon. Get it to 16. And that cost damn near 2 million. This is going to be pretty awkward. Maybe to get through it, we just temporarily take 2 pieces from someone else. It seems sort of silly, but that might be the way to do it. If I look at, sure. Let's do it this way. So we got this. Actually, let's keep the fitting room open. We got this. We just try that on. And then we go to shields. We don't have anything with these substats. That's too bad. Hang on. Wait, what? Something's wrong. Because I don't have anything selected. Primary substats. Like, I know I have shields. I don't know why that happened, why all the shields vanished. We have shields. We know we have shields. So from Cruel, this is a 16, for example. This is the one Kale has. Wow, that's interesting. Because I could take the one that Kale has. And Kale could have this one. I need to go to Kale's stats to really look at that, but man, I like this. It drops to 100% crit rate. Kale could have this somewhat better hit rate shield. I don't know. I like Kale's crit rate where it is. But his crit rate would go up. Or would it go down? No, it'd go down. Okay. This is fine. We're going to do this. So she doesn't have a relentless gear anymore. If I steal... you know what? If I steal the Relentless Boots from Apothecary, who, let's face it, I'm not using him right now. I've kind of put him on hold. He does get used in the arena a little bit, but if I take this, speed's about the same because they're both 5-star boots, but I get to have this going. The attack goes up. Crit rate goes down by just a little bit. But this could be her new gear. Her damage would be even better. And then look at this. Crit damage has gone up by a huge amount. Crit rate's gone up. Speed's the same. Accuracy's gone down a little, but I can fix that with a banner, I think. Maybe I can't. Maybe I don't have a banner. Anyway, we take this. Those are all 6. Oh, they're not all 16s. I still have to do the helmet. Dang it, Gavin. Dang it. So we're going to need more silver. Going to need to figure out how to acquire more silver. There's always silver in the accessories. You know what? Clan shop. We can actually get some accessories with all the coins we've acquired. I do need to sell more artifacts anyway. So we got a barbarian ring, undead ring, Night Revenant banner, high elf amulets, skinwalker's amulets, and that's all we can purchase for now. Anyway, so I need to make enough silver to make this happen, or I need to just swap in another helmet. We then farm Fire Knight. We then farm Force Potions. That's basically what has to happen today. It really is getting to the point where I gotta bring this video to a close anyway. We've been rolling 56 minutes, so I think that's all I have to say for now. I have asked questions throughout the video. I'm not going to end on a question. I'm instead going to leave this to like, look, if you have something you want to get off your chest, something about my videos that irks you, something about my videos that you like, something about yourself that you just want to go on about, whether it's related to raid or not, you feel free to share. And that's about everything for day 39. I'll see you again on day 40. Take care of yourselves.